Hey now, hey, happy Thursday. I hope you're feeling blessed and refreshed. I'm back again with another one. And today I'm live. Good morning. I don't even know if you can hear me okay. Having trouble with my earphones this morning. I am happy to be here again with you guys for a quick live. Try to keep it short for those on the replay. And as you can see by the title, self-love is health. Diabetes and blood pressure is today's two topics regarding our health. So, good morning, Mr. Terry. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Good morning, Ken. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you both. You're always here. Thank you so much. So, looking for my pen here, but um, as I'll do my research here, um, diabetes first. Diabetes actually has there's two different um, stages. There's type one, and then there's type two. So I'm gonna go over that. Hey, good morning, Ernesto. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. Get my life together. It seems like as I'm looking around, every clock here in my room is different. So I'm like, oh man, I'm a minute late. Um, if you're looking at that clock, I'm a minute early if you're looking at that clock. So thank you guys for joining me. Um, I really need to get me some coffee. I really need to get some. Okay, let's see. So, like I said, there's two different types of diabetes. Um, diabetes is actually a disorder of the metabolism in which the body has high sugar levels. And these sugar levels last for a prolonged period of time. Some of the symptoms of diabetes include frequent urination, excessive thirst or hunger, and weight changes. Um, the cause is when there is inadequate production of insulin. Um, Ultimately, the body is rejecting the insulin, which is fighting off which is able to do, what am I trying to say? Digest the sugars like someone without diabetes would. Um, Basically, the only treatment is the insulin, there's different medications, and then lifestyle changes such as a diet. Me personally, I think diet is a bad word, but you could definitely you can definitely change the prolonged effect of diabetes just by changing your appetite, which is pretty cool. So let's see here. Actually, there's four type of diabetes. No, wait, one, two, three. Well, I see three. Let's see. Okay. Hey, good morning. Um, hey, sissy. You just woke up, huh? Mr. Terry says I can hear you. Okay. No lag, no echo. Thank you so much. Hey, good morning, Michael Young. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Thank you, thank you. So we got I guess there are four different types of diabetes, but I've never seen this fourth one before. But we'll talk about it anyway. Hey Frugal Mama, good morning. So we have type one diabetes, um, which I'm having trouble with my computer this morning. Type one diabetes is a chronic condition, and um, the pancreas produces little to no insulin, and then this is what causes diabetes. It causes those symptoms: the thirst, the frequent urination, the hunger, and the sudden weight loss. Type two diabetes is a condition where you don't have enough insulin being produced, so it's gonna cause a high blood sugar all the time. People with type 2 diabetes, um, most of the time have to take insulin. And then there is gestational diabetes, which is what women develop while pregnant. It's just it's a high blood sugar. That's what diabetes is. Um, for pregnant women, the only difference is the symptoms are not the same as someone who is not pregnant. Most of the time, they don't even know they have diabetes until going to the doctor for those checkups, those baby checkups, and having the blood work done and everything like that. So, gestational diabetes is a little bit more dangerous because it's undetected. It's kind of like when we talked about cold, flu, and pneumonia. Pneumonia is there's a such thing as walking pneumonia because a lot of people don't know they have. Hey, good morning, Steve. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. So, and then there's another type of diabetes. It's called insipidus. I don't know, but it's an imbalance of water in the body, and that's another type of diabetes. I never heard of that one, but yeah. Um, so like I said, diabetes is a chronic health condition that affects your body, and it affects how your body turns your food into energy. Instead, it tries to turn your body into, or it tries to change your food into sugars, unhealthy sugars, um, because your body breaks down most of the food that we eat into sugars and releases it into the bloodstream. So when you have diabetes, it doesn't happen either at all or not as much. That's why the insulin is needed. Let me see here. 1 second. Okay, so there's a lot of things that can make having diabetes a lot harder, a lot more difficult. Um, Sometimes it comes along with confusion, and if you like stress, and particularly stress, can make diabetes so much worse to the point where you can wake up feeling great. You had your medicine, you had your meal, and everything. But let's just say something happened personally in your life and it just kind of made you really sad, made you down, or even mad, um, then that is going to raise your blood sugar. You know how we say calm down, your blood pressure is going to go up, things like that. That also happens for the blood sugar. So it's really important um, to try to self identify and have some self awareness, realizing that certain things trigger you and how to react to certain things instead of getting upset or getting sad because overall it affects your health. Um, let's see. Ultimately, diabetes is just something that has to be diagnosed by a doctor and can only be treated with medication and insulin. Um, Prevention is just, most of the time it's also hereditary, I should say. Um, just because mom or dad had it, more than likely you'll have it. But um, in some cases, it's just a lifestyle. It could be maybe you're a heavy drinker, or maybe you love your ice cream or you love your milkshakes, something like that, and you're like, I'm not going without my milkshake today. Well, those things over and over time, plus the chances of the hereditary issues is gonna cause you to have diabetes. So to prevent that, it's just all about the mental, I think. Um, And if you do, there is no way around it. It is hereditary and you do have it. Working on getting the right medications and eating the right things. Not, I would say, don't. not eat at all, but just really finding out what works is what you should do or could do. Um, Let me look at the comments here. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. I appreciate you, sissy. Um, let's see. Anybody saying anything? Nope. Okay. So, my transparent moment with diabetes is um, my dad had diabetes my whole life coming up, and he used to have me help him with his giving him his insulin medicine, which I thought was pretty cool. Not only because I got to give him a shot, but because I was learning how much he needed to have and what he could have and what he couldn't have. So he did pretty good as far as taking the medication, but as far as wanting to eat what he wanted to eat, he carried on with that. So I just remember diabetes just lasting for years and years and years, and it was always something, honestly, because the levels in the body being off causes either that person to be angry sometimes, or confused sometimes. Maybe they're like, "Oh man, what was I just doing?" Or sometimes even down, sometimes even sad. So that's just something to be aware about. It was a lot of ups and downs, living with someone who had diabetes, but ultimately um, he was able to overcome that. He was able to then later on in life, after he got older, he's lost a lot of weight now because of other things that he's doing got going on. But that has completely eliminated diabetes from his chart. He doesn't have diabetes anymore. Um, and there's no more. He doesn't have to take the insulin. He doesn't have to take the medicine or anything. So it is possible that, you could start off with type 1 diabetes, just taking medicine. It could get to type 2 and you have to take insulin. Um, but it could also go backwards. So that's a good thing. If you really wanted to, that's a good thing. But if it's carried on for too long without medication, without the correct diet, so on and so forth, then it could cause death. It could also cause the other organs in the body to fail. For instance, the eyes, especially, are related to insulin, um, the kidneys, especially, and I think that's I think that's it. Oh, the heart. Sorry, the heart is also affected by diabetes. So, yeah, it's just something to think about. And if you know someone personally, you're dealing with someone with diabetes, just deal with them with patience. You know what I mean? I'm not saying deal with them like you have to be forced to deal with them, but I'm saying that if this is a person that you are with every single day in and out, um, really know really know what it is that they got going on as far as this medical conditioning, because it's not just as simple as, okay, I can't eat sugar, I can't drink pop, let me take my medicine, I'm okay. It's a lot more than that. Um, and like I said, I think overall it's a lot more mental than anything. But if you can understand mentally that, okay, I got this going on and I know I need to take my medicine and eat right, and I know I need to do this, that, and the other, and remain calm because that also affects my health, then hopefully it'll make you feel better about what you're going through. But remember that it can be reversed. So keep that in mind. Um, hey, Ruth, good morning. Mr. Terry says, my mother and father both had diabetes. The biggest struggle they had was checking blood glucose every day by pricking their fingers. Yep, that is well. Yep, my dad used to have me uh, poking his finger to check his blood sugar. And then, just think about this is every single day, every single morning. This is multiple times a day. So their fingertips are sore. Um, it's hard to just do simple everyday things. So, you just got to really be with any other medical condition and yourself and your loved ones, just have some type of compassion, because you just never know what those people are feeling as they are going through this. Yeah, and then the insulin, when they have to take the insulin shot, it either goes in their stomach or it could go in their thigh. So imagine that as well, multiple times a day. Some people have to take this shot before they eat. Some people have to take it before they go to bed. Some people, there's a shot that they take every single week that keeps their blood sugar level. So there's just a lot. There's a lot to think about. If you think about having to prick yourself either in your fingers or in your body every single day, multiple times a day, it's just it sucks, that we have to go through this. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. It can be reversed. Let's see. Hey Ruth, did I say that? What a Ruth. I know some people. Oh, hey Angela, how are you? Hey Tamika. I'm just talking. Let's see. I know some people that have it maybe having a hard time with their life. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Because you just never know. And then the excessive thirst, um, sometimes it could be no appetite at all. And it's like, please eat, please eat. Or sometimes it's too much of an appetite, which can be dangerous as well. Let's see. I said, hey, Angela. Okay. I said, hey, Tamika. Okay. Most diabetic people like to eat what they like to eat and they will argue with you. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Some, yep. But then I figure that, once we get older, once they get older, I should say, start to really understand, what it is to really take care of your blood sugars and blood, your insulin levels. And it just, I think it comes with wisdom. You know what I mean? Like becoming older and understand that this is a serious thing that's never going to go away. Kind of would change a person. It should change a person. I've seen it happen for the better. Let's see. Yes, you spoke, but hello again, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the other part of this. High blood pressure. Um, Again, self love is health. You got to take care of your well being, your medical conditions, or possibly thereof before you can take care of anything or anybody else. So, uh, as I continue to talk about self love and how important it is, I think that these medical conditions are a part of that because a lot of us suffer from some of these things. And we might not always know how to handle it, how to treat it, I should say. So hopefully this helps. I haven't determined yet if it's going to spill over until next week, but I think this week has been very, very knowledgeable. So, as far as hypertension is high blood pressure, and it's very common in the U.S. It is treatable by a doctor. It does require lab tests, and it's funny that it says that it's common for ages 60 and older. I'm like, I know a lot of people who have high blood pressure that are not 60 and older. That's weird. But anyway, and then again, it's hereditary. It's another thing that is hereditary. Um, if your family has had symptoms or had it in the past, then you're more likely to have it in your future. I remember my mother dealing with, she loves to eat candy. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's a thing of self discipline. Absolutely. Some people are like my dad is older and set in their ways and they want what they want. But, luckily at some point other things happened in his life that kind of forced him uh to change his mind and the whole thing was just reversed. Um so high blood pressure is it's in the arteries. It's the vessels that carry the blood from the heart to the rest of the body and the symptoms could vary from person to person, but it includes random headaches and unexplained fatigue, very, very tired. Um, Shortness of breath is also a symptom, nosebleed, severe anxiety, and you might feel a feeling of like your almost like your heart is beating, but it's coming through your neck or it's coming through your head. So that's a sign that your blood pressure is way too high. Go to the doctor right now. Don't do anything else. If you feel your neck or your head anywhere pulsating like your heart, go to the doctor. Um, there's a lot of different causes of high blood pressure, but these are like what am I guess you could say man-made causes because it's not actually proven, medically. They haven't said this is what causes you to get high blood pressure. It's just uh what's common in most people. Let me look here. One of the most important things with diabetes and high blood pressure is knowing what food causes your body to have negative reaction to what you digest, and also knowing what foods will not cause your body to have a negative reaction to diabetes and high blood pressure. Yep, absolutely. The foods. Yep, the foods. So with diabetes, it's the sweets, it's the pops, it's the the sugars and the all the hidden sugars that you wouldn't think of. For instance, oh yeah, let me go back a second because that just made me think about. Um, oh, I'm sorry for your loss, Angela. At 49, that's scary. Um, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I was just thinking about when you said that about diabetes. Um, Diet pop is not always healthy. Diet pop has what you call aspartame in it, and aspartame um, is like a it's like artificial sugar, I guess. It's in artificial sugar, and it causes dehydration. It is taking the water right out of your body. Um, the same thing with Equal, the blue packs of Equal. Um, I think the pink, the Splenda thing, or I think the pink is Sweet Mo or something. But anyway, the point is, these things have aspartame in them, and aspartame is pulling the water out of your body. So it's not helping. If you are diabetic and you're already having excessive thirst because of the symptoms of diabetes, um, diet pop is not always going to do the trick. So the best thing to do is to drink water. Um, I don't know, maybe like Crystal Light. I see Ernesto said sugar is in everything. Yep. So that means um, not even not even the juice, that we want to drink and things like that. Like ultimately, the best thing to drink is water. Tea, tea is good as well if you can go without the sugar, or if you can find a replacement sugar that does not have aspartame in it. Um, it's funny because my fiance and I we stopped sugar for I want to say 5 years about, and we were using equal, and everything. Those blue packs of equal. And once we found out about the aspartame, it was like, oh my goodness, like it felt good to not have any sugar, but we were always thirsty. We were drinking so much water, and that's why, because the water was being soaked up by the aspartame. But anyway, um, let me go back. Oh man, sorry about that, Sissy. 47. Yeah, it's a very serious thing to have. Excuse me. So, so the type of hypertension, high blood pressure, it normally takes many years for somebody to develop hypertension, and more than likely, it is been proven to be the result of lifestyle or the environment that they're in, or even their age. Um, Environment meaning stress or poor diet, age meaning it's most common in people after 50, and lifestyle meaning um, how they maybe exercise or not, or if they're a smoker or not, or if it's hereditary or not. Like I said, family history is going to increase these risks. High salt, lots of salt is going to, it's terrible. Um, Being overweight is also another sign of high blood pressure. So before I continue my transparent moment is that I have high blood pressure. Now, uh-oh, busy street there. Now I'm only 36, and for them to say that it's not supposed to be contracted until after 50 or 60, it's like what? Um, but then again, thinking about me and my life, going back over my life, there's been plenty of things that I've done that could have caused me to have what I have at such a young age. But ultimately, I know now that not only with my medications, there's about three, um, but just the way I eat is ultimately what makes the difference. Just like the COPD that I have, like lettuce and things like that trigger it. The same thing with hypertension. Um, Too much salt, or I can't eat. If sorry, I can't talk. If we're having a movie night and they're all having popcorn, I can't have popcorn because it's too salty. Or um, what is this? I'm trying to think. One thing. Every time I try to make ribs, every time I try to make barbecue ribs or oven ribs or whatever, oh my goodness, I get the worst headache the next day. I cannot eat ribs, y'all. Can you believe it? I'm not supposed to, but I do. And that's what Steve had mentioned earlier. Some of us know we're not supposed to, but we do anyway. That's just one of those things for me. Those ribs, oh my goodness. Um, but yeah, the salt, and the smoking. I'm still a smoker. I'm working on it. Got my goal set. It's gonna happen. But in the meantime, in between time, it's not helping me. It's raising my blood pressure. My heart is working extra two times fast. So, and that's the same with exercise. I want to exercise, and I got the squats going, and I got some other things going, but I got to be very careful because too much is going to make me be out of breath, and it's going to raise my heart rate, which could cause other issues for the blood pressure. It's like anything could trigger a slight headache when having high blood pressure. So all of these topics, y'all, all week, every single one of them has hit home for me one way or another. And I think that's why God brought me here, um, to talk about it and to bring awareness to it because somebody else might be dealing with it too. A lot of low fat foods have a high amount of sugar in them. The sugar is used to replace the fat and have the food have the same color and taste. Wow. Pork chops. Yeah, pork chops too. That's another one. Pork chops, oh my goodness. Every time I eat them, I love them so much. They just give me the worst headache. And I already know that I'm not supposed to eat it, but every now and again, I just can't help it. You're also exercising every day. Yeah, I am. And I just started that, so I feel like that, maybe that'll do good. But I still have my times when I could do well, I could eat good, I could drink so much water, and I'm still just tired, just randomly really, really, really sleepy. That's just a sign of my heart overworking. Your heart's working too much. It's not a good sign for anybody. That's another topic that I want to bring about heart disease, heart failure, all that. Like this might carry on for 2 weeks because all of this stuff is very serious, y'all. And it's things that either I'm dealing with or I know people dealing with it right now. Um, Pork give me shooting sharp pains. Ooh, yeah, yeah. See, I need it, and it happens to me too. I've done pretty well so far. Besides, I think the roast might have been pork I had, um, and then I had made some beans with the ham hocks in it. But otherwise, that's another one of my goals to eliminate the pork because oh my goodness. Hey PMC, good morning, fam. I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. Good to see you. The pork is no joke. Um, and just not only being out of breath with COPD, but being out of breath with high blood pressure and trying to exercise. And I just gotta move slow. You know what I mean? Because it seems like everything has sugar in it these days, and some have that hidden sugar. Yep, sure does. Frugal Mama says, "Yeah, watch sudden movements." Yep, exactly what I was saying. Sure does. Gotta watch those sudden movements because I could just move too fast and I got a headache out of the blue. Um, that's why I couldn't bring my exercise and journey to YouTube, for you guys, because it's like I've been passed out. I've been passed out on the live. Uh, do you like beef tips? I think so. I'm pretty sure we've had them. That's a good idea. Just stop buying the pork. That's smart. And I think it's because pork is so cheap. That's what gets me. It is so cheap. Head into work, stay safe and blessed. Take care. You too. Many blessings, TMC. Thank you so much. Like you say, slow and steady wins the race. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thank you for reminding me that. Sure, absolutely it does. I kind of changed up my little outro there. Didn't y'all notice? I should bring that back, huh? Because I got to keep reminding myself of that every single thing. Slow and steady wins the race. What are we in a rush for? This world today? Mm-mm-mm. That's why these shorts are hitting like that, because everybody got a short attention span. You know? Let's really get into something and really start something and really finish it. Finish it with a bang and slowly, No rush. Anyway, I go all over the place, y'all. Let's see. Thank you, Tim Tim, for your transparency and bringing awareness. Oh, you're welcome, Angela. Thank you so much. You know what? I just noticed I've been messing around in there trying to put in these ads and carrying on. And I got Monday's encouraging talks released. It was cold, flu, and pneumonia, but I forgot I didn't do Tuesday and Wednesday, so I need to go back and release those so y'all can catch up. But yeah, God put it on my heart. He said, "This is what you need to be doing. So I need you to do this thing, and I need you to do it, and I need you to be transparent in it because if not, you're just talking, you know." Let's see. Pork is cheap because it isn't the healthiest for most of us. Oh yeah, you right. You right. Oh, you right. I'm telling y'all, I'm not gonna eat no pork. Watch. That's gonna be my next thing. Let me write that down. Cause y'all know I don't be playing. Let me write that down. Because, it feels good to say, let me write down my goal, or let me go check off that goal, or let me talk about this, or let me bring awareness about this. Because a couple years ago, I was not anywhere where I am today. And a lot of us probably aren't for the better, right? But at first, when I started this YouTube thing, I didn't know what I was here for. What am I doing? I'm just coming to show y'all this is what I be doing every day, just running around cleaning up and da 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 da. Not realizing that ultimately, you know, I am I'm hearing my own voice as I'm speaking, and it's crazy because I never spoke like this before. Does that make sense? So yeah, I encourage you as I encourage myself. Take a risk today. You will surprise yourself. I promise. Um, I think I covered everything. Looking here, it's been about 35 minutes or so. Kept it pretty short for those on the replay. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, Stay tuned, notification bell on for tomorrow's encouraging talks. Oh man, I forgot to change the background. I just noticed that. Anywho, um, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I will see you later. I don't know what I'll be doing later, but I might have something coming for y'all. The wheels in my brain are moving. Have a blessed and unbothered day. Yes. That's why you're my sissy. Blessed and refreshed. um, Stay encouraged, stay humble, stay you. That's it. That's all. As always, remember, be true to yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye.